Hi everyone, welcome along to the Game Extra on thewest.com.au. Thanks to our great friends at Macca's, Mark Reddings, alongside Chris Robinson, the online sports editor at the West Australian, as we recap a huge weekend of footy. Hard to go past that Sunday night thriller at Optus Stadium, Robbo.
Yeah, ridiculous game, Skeet. West Coast had no right to win it, 22 points down with 10 minutes to go. There's been question marks for the past few weeks about their inability to run out games, to close out games. So it totally looked like Richmond had the game in their keeping, but some incredible heroes standing up, reminiscent of the 2018 grand final down the end there, and Josh Kennedy was the hero in the end.
He was indeed. So the Eagles in 7th position. What does it mean looking ahead second half of the season for them? Top 4 now becomes a possibility.
Yeah, it does. It keeps them in the conversation. It makes it really tough for Richmond to make that top 4 with that loss there. But you look at West Coast, I think they're only a percentage out of 4th now. A couple of the other teams have got a game in hand, of course, with the bye coming up for West Coast this week. So it keeps them in the frame. And I think more importantly, sort of just underlines their credentials. They can beat a contending team. We know how good Richmond have been. They showed it at Optus Stadium a week prior with that great performance late against Essendon. So it just reminds everyone that West Coast aren't quite done yet, with plenty of big names still to come. Including
Luke Shuey, who'll play against Subiaco for West Coast this week. Jay McGovern not far away, and T. Kelly also waiting in the wings. So there's a real upside for this squad now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been really good for them to find some young talent as well. And I think that's absolutely helped them close out games in the past couple of weeks, running out games with some of that fresher blood. Luke Edwards had a really big last quarter on Sunday night, had 11 touches, just missing out on a Rising Star nomination. And Luke Foley played really well throughout the game as well. So they've found some extra depth, a bit of young blood that seems to have invigorated them.
It was elite Sunday night, the game between the Eagles and the Tigers. I was there the day before when the Dockers hosted the Gold Coast Suns. The first half was absolute garbage, but to Fremantle's credit, undermanned. They kicked 6 goals in the third quarter and they got across the line quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah, there was a bit of a gulf in entertainment stakes in the 2 games, but Fremantle fans won't care one bit. Getting the 4 points, doing exactly what they needed to do against the Suns. Sean Darcy was the big talking point from this game. We sort of forget that he's only played 50-odd games. He seems to have been around for a bit longer than that. He's obviously a big body and started under the shadow of Aaron Sandilands, but he's still got so much growing to do from a career point of view, and really underlined his credentials as well. He was best on ground on Saturday.
The upside again for Fremantle. Nat 5 should return after the bye. And Alex Pearce, great story. He got through the game unscathed. It's been a horror run, but he just had so much quality to that back 6.
Yeah, absolutely. He was, I think Mark Duffield wrote the line that it wasn't a gifted game. He was absolutely needed because of Fremantle's injury crisis down back, and also missing Nathan Wilson with suspension. So he was massively required and stood up after only a game or 2 at Peel. Underlining the fact that he is fit and firing and ready to be best 22 for Freo going forward.
And so the Dockers just outside the top 8. Plenty of work for them to do. Tough run coming up back into the season. But, as they say, they are in the conversation, at least for finals at this time of the year, which is important. We finished with Nathan Buckley at the SCG yesterday. It was a very tough finish in many ways, beating Melbourne, the top of the ladder team, and great to see Bucks go out on a high.
Yeah, incredible story. They've actually been in half-decent nick for the past few weeks. Skeet, it was quite funny to see Dane Swan as well chuck on Twitter, if the Pies win today, maybe they'll interview Nathan Buckley for their vacant coaching role. So he certainly showed that he's got plenty more to give as an AFL coach, I think, should he choose. His time was obviously up at Collingwood, but fantastic to see a fitting result. Obviously, the game wasn't at the MCG, which would have been more fitting, but in the circumstances for Collingwood to produce that kind of performance against the league leaders, against the premiership favourites in Melbourne, was a real fairy tale finish for Bucks.
Nice work, Robbo. Don't forget, thanks to Macca's, we've got the local legends competition. Get those entries coming in. If someone's done something extraordinary at your football club, get it into us, thewest.com.au, and we'll make sure that you are in the running to win $1,000 cash. Check our website for more details. Thanks again to Macca's for their wonderful support. The Game Extra, a bye coming up for most teams, but the footy rolls on at 7 West.